We are at the Nissan Heritage Collection for the second time in my life, but this time we're going to be looking very close at some legendary cars. We are approaching the Heritage Collection right now, right after this traffic light here. You can see the big building right there to the left. Actually, you can't really see the Heritage Collection. That's kind of like the anti-chamber of the Heritage Collection. We're going to get there. And last time, which was the first time I came here, it was a larger group, so they, they signed us in. We had to leave the cars behind. Then a shuttle would take us to the actual place. We were not able to drive there. So let's see how it is this time. It's very unassuming. Nissan Motor Corporation, you see? Zama Operation Center, area number 2. We get checked there, and then beyond those bars there, assuming that our names are actually there, that's where we're going.
Of a man who brought the wrong car to the Nissan.
I didn't know I could park right in front of the entrance of the Heritage Collection. I brought the wrong car because I wanted to be more comfortable, because I needed to drive all day today. I didn't want to spend a gazillion dollars in gas, so I brought this one. I didn't realize that I would go all the way inside the Heritage Collection with what effectively is the wrong car. I could have taken a picture right here with the Nissan, with the GTR.
What car did you bring?
I brought the Giulia. It's nicer. Man, come on. I got the business cards. Come on, man. Like the thumbnail, that's the thumbnail. What am I going to do with the Giulia now? It would be rage baiting people. What am I going to do for now? What picture am I going to take? So these are the first 2 cars that we're going to take a look at that Nissan and Nismo very kindly took out for us. We're not going to be able, unfortunately, to look inside the Xanavi engine bay, but we can definitely take a look at the GT3 and the others. There's more to come. I'm sorry, I'm a little excited myself. This is not the first time I come here. It is the first time I come here by myself, and it is the first time that I get to take a closer look at some models that we previously selected. And the reason why I selected these ones in particular among the gazillion that were available to us is because we already also did a video about and in honor of the 35, so this seems fitting. Although, to be fair, these cars have very little in common with the street-ready 35. So this car is a VR engine. It is yeah. Okay. That scared the life out of me. We're actually gonna start with the car that is the most similar to the regular road GTR, and it's the GTR GT3 2015. And this car is historic. It won the Bathurst race, one of the toughest endurance races in the world, and it beat GT3 legends on their own turf. This car is a VR engine, it is a 3.8, and it is very similar to the regular engine GTR. There is one major difference. This one is a rear-wheel drive because of the GT3 regulations, but fundamentally, of the cars that we're going to be seeing today, this is the closest to an actual street legal GTR that we're going to see. The reason why the victory of this car at Bathurst is so legendary is because not only was it the first major endurance victory that Nissan and Nismo ever had, but it's also because the track itself doesn't really favor a car like this. It is tight, it is fast, and also there is one other major reason why that particular race made Japanese and international history. So Strauss and Ripe definitely pull their weight, but there is one particular move that nobody will ever forget, ever, about that win. And it was Chio's incredible overtake of 2 cars 10 minutes before the end of the race. It was freaking epic.
Minutes and 8 seconds to do. Don't take a breath. Oh, Chio's gone through. Chio's gone through. Brilliant piece of timing. If that starts, it's brilliant. And he's up into 2nd place. I don't think there was an overlap on the line. And he gets widest, meanest, heaviest cars are going head to head on the mountain straight. This is astonishing stuff from Chio-san. The fiery young Japanese driver goes to the lead. That is remarkable. He's done 2 of them. They're not at Griffin Corner yet.
just like mine. So, a Japanese car winning Bathurst, a race that used to scare drivers, destroyed cars, where you need perfect aero balance, and where European cars always dominated, brought Nismo back onto the map. Suddenly, people wanted to race against this car. Suddenly, people wanted to race in this car. Suddenly, Japanese manufacturers were back on top with the GT3 cars. The interiors are remarkably similar to the actual GTR 35, granted they're fully stripped, but you can see that the dashboard is actually shaped exactly the same. They stripped it, obviously, the seats obviously are different, the whole the whole control system is completely different, but it does resemble a 35. So if you showed me this, I could tell you just detail from there, okay, that's a race car 35. If you show me the engine, I could tell you that's a race car 35. If you show me anything about this car, I could tell you that's a race car 35. And that is the only one that we're gonna see today that I can say that about. In fact, there is even the OEM AC. I don't know if it actually has AC. That's a lack of knowledge that I have, but it does have the OEM AC flaps, I would call them. This is the GTR that came back after years of GTR silence, and it won on its first try. The Xanavi livery is possibly one of the most recognizable ones in the Nissan's fleet. This car made its debut in 2008, and it was after Nissan and Nismo had abandoned the GTR name from racing since the early 2000s. It came in and it won, period. Remember I told you earlier that the cars that we're going to be seeing today, they do share the 35 name with the road version of the 35, but very little. Now, this is a prime example of how little they share. We know that this car won its first championship at its debut. What most people don't know is that this is not a V6 twin-turbo 3.8 VR engine. In fact, this is a VK45DE, which is a V8 naturally aspirated engine. It's got nothing to do with the engine of a regular GTR 35. You know how I feel right now? I feel kind of like, you know, those weird guys that meet their idols at events and they kind of pretend to hug, but they don't touch the floating head. So right now I'm gonna do the same thing. This is the last major GTR 35 built for racing that espoused the older aerodynamics before the new aero philosophies that were introduced with newer models. It is mechanical, it is raw, it is loud, it is angry. Alongside the Calsonic 32, this could possibly be one of the most iconic GTRs to ever grace the track. But there are a few things that still make it look like a 35, albeit very few. Number one, the door handle is the same as a GTR 35. Number two, you got the tail lights. Those are similar, well, the same as a GTR 35. Number three, you got the front lights, which kinda resemble halfway through those of a GTR 35. And then finally, you got, of course, our beloved logo of a GTR 35. This GTR is one of the last models that represents Super GT before it became unified into Class 1. It's aggressive, it's slow, it's angry, it's pure Japanese style, and it also has a fun fact that you may or may not know, but the number 23 is particularly interesting on this particular car because it's Nissan 23. That kind of reads like Nissan. So the Nismo Motul Autech GTR Super GT 500 is a Super GT GT 500 class. It sits on about 530, maybe 550 horsepower, and it is an FR layout. The chassis, completely different from the quote-unquote regular GTR. It's a carbon monocoque, silhouette body over bespoke GT 500 tub. This one has a gigantic diffuser. I kind of want it on mine as well. Super long, big fat wide body. The outer shape does resemble a 35, but the panels are carbon fiber. They're not steel or aluminum like in the regular GTR. Of course, as you can see, it's a silhouette body. It's widened and flattened. The engine is the most mind-boggling thing if you think that this is like a GTR, because as you know, the road GTR is a VR38 DETT, 3.8 liters, twin turbo. It's a V6. This one is not even similar. It's a 2.0 liters. It is turbocharged, but it's an inline four race car, GTR. The suspensions are not even GTR based. The GT500 has pushrod suspensions, kind of like an F1 car, a completely different geometry. It's mounted to a racing subframe with adjustable, well, freaking everything. Like, even the engineering is different. If you look at the interiors, it could be virtually any car. Back at the Heritage Collection, thanks to Nissan and Nismo, and it's a dream come true twice. Yes, it is not the first time that I come here, but this time I came to take a look at some special cars. It doesn't mean, though, that you shouldn't be seeing all the goodies that are around here. So let me give you a quick look, because this is in history on wheels. That's the Datsun when they still had the rabbit logo. Everything at the Nissan Heritage Collection is arranged on rows, essentially following a calendar pattern. So we're going from the 1930s now, and we're stepping into already the 1950s. Take a look. To this date, one of my favorite cars at the Heritage Collection is the Datsun pickup truck. I don't know why. If I were significantly smaller, I can definitely see myself in it. Then again, the fire engine. The Prince, this was named after Akihiro, the crown prince of Japan in 1954. A monster of a car. Monster of a car. Still one of my favorite Zs. My second favorite Z, in fact, after the 240Z. The 300 Turbo with a T-top. Imagine seeing flashing lights in 1972 and this thing pulls up. So what is the Nissan Heritage Collection? For all intents and purposes, it's literally Nissan's own private car collection, which is kind of fire. GTR can marry. This is ridiculous. I love this car, and it's so hard to see in the wild. These look like cars straight out of Street Racer, I'm telling you. R382 all the way, man. R381, R380. And of course the Prince. Dude, this is so exciting. So I really do hope that you enjoyed our look into the GTRs and not so GTRs that we have seen today. And I really hope that you're going to enjoy what this place has to offer that can never, ever be seen in one short video. And I'm gonna beg the people at Nissan Heritage Collection to make me come here one more time, because this time we're not gonna be looking at 1, 2, or 3 cars, but if we are allowed, should we be so lucky, back in here, then I'm gonna show you a few of the many, many cars that are here. In the meantime, guys, thank you so very much for watching. Thank you so very much to Nissan and Nismo and the Heritage Collection for allowing us in here. This is Lucio, aka Italian in Japan of RPM Generation. I really do hope that you will consider subscribing and punching that like button so that we can be here again and show you way, way more of what Japan and the world have to offer when it comes to the automotive. Stay safe. All right, the visit is done. I wanted more time. I forgot my GTR. I didn't think about it. It could have been so much fun. But we did make it to the Nissan Heritage Collection, which I think it's something that very few people can say. Now, we are a small channel, I understand that, but we got big boy energy. I made a mistake.